Everyone knows IQ and EQ, but this MQ is something very different and very new.
What exactly Money Quotient does is it actually measures the money intelligence, multiple properties.
Yes.
So if you have those properties, you need to answer this question: what is the rate of return?
What's the safest and smartest way to start investing in this Diwali?
Even a decent level of MQ will actually transform your ordinary wealth into substantial wealth.
Yes.
This test is free for all.
Okay.
So there is no charge for the test, either for the taking the test or for the result. They would do the puja of their ledgers and everything on this Muhurat day.
Why is understanding MQ so important, especially during, Diwali and the Muhurat trading day?
If we see the returns from gold investments, because gold can be bought as a physical gold or it can be also bought in an electronic format, because there's a gold exchange, digital gold.
Namaskara friends. Every Diwali we clean our homes, buy new clothes, light up diyas. But how many of us actually clean our finances? We remove dust from our cupboards but not from our money habits. This Diwali, let's talk about something that could completely change the way you look at wealth, your money quotient or MQ. Did you know more than 70% of Indians score below 5 out of 10 on their MQ test? That means most of us work hard for money, but don't let the money work for us. So before you jump into this year's Muhurat trading on October 21st, let's light up your money wisdom. And to guide us through this special Diwali awakening, we have with us Mr. Mohan Krishnarao, Economist, SEBI registered advisor and founder of Rupee Rakshak. Namaskara Mohan sir, it's great to have you here.
Thank you, Neethi. The Diwali is round the corner, and what is a better time to talk about wealth and wisdom? And I'm thrilled to be here.
Great. So viewers, here's how today's conversation is structured. Stay with us till the end because every minute is packed with insights that can truly change your money story. In section 1, we'll uncover what exactly is MQ, the hidden power behind financial success. In section 2, we'll reveal how to take the MQ test, just 5 questions that expose your real financial habits. In section 3, we'll explore how to improve your MQ by using Rupee Rakshak's smart baskets, stocks, mutual funds and bonds tailored to your goals. In section 4, we'll show you how to begin your wealth journey with a gold ETF purchase on the Muhurat trading day, October 21st, the most auspicious day to start your financial year. So make sure you watch till the end because one smart step this Diwali could set the tone for your entire financial future. Alright then, let's get started and light up our money quotient. Mohan sir, everyone knows IQ and EQ, but this MQ is something very different and very new. So can you please let us know more about MQ, and we'll just start off from there.
Yes, Neethi, what you said is very true because money quotient is, for the first time in India, we are introducing this concept. Not only in India, in fact, this is the first time in the world there is a metric to measure money intelligence.
Great.
You asked what is difference between IQ, EQ and the money quotient.
Yes.
See, IQ we all know, intelligence quotient, it measures someone's intelligence, whereas EQ measures emotional intelligence. So both of these are very well established in the scientific world today.
Yes.
But money quotient is something very, very new. What exactly money quotient does is it actually measures the money intelligence.
Okay.
That is your ability to earn, ability to save substantial amount and convert that savings into a financial and non-financial asset so that it becomes so huge that you can lead wonderful life. So this money quotient basically measures the money intelligence of the person.
Okay. Great, sir. So, can somebody be intelligent and successful but still have a low MQ?
In fact, you would be startled to know, lot of people we have done this money quotient test, particularly people from IIMs and IITs and people who are extremely intelligent, scientists, engineers who have done great work, in their field.
Yeah.
In fact, let me give you some very popular, names. So we all know Albert Einstein.
Yes.
Albert Einstein's, according to the web sources, his IQ is supposed to be 160.
Okay.
On the other side, we know Elon Musk.
Yes.
Elon Musk, the founder of Tesla.
Yes.
And his IQ is 160. Now, if you see who is more intelligent? Both of them are intelligent, but who is more money smart?
Yeah.
In fact, if we go through the history, Albert Einstein, he did wonderful revelations, amazing scientific discoveries, but he did not actually convert all that into money. But if you look at Elon Musk, his money quotient level is extremely high, and he not only did the discoveries, at the same time he converted all his inventions into a huge business.
Yes.
So his money quotient is substantially huge. So people can be highly intelligent, but if they lack money quotient, they won't convert their earnings into substantial assets. Of course, when you earn lot of money, you will still manage to live life comfortably.
Yeah.
But it is very important to have money quotient. Any amount of IQ, even a decent level of MQ, will actually transform your ordinary wealth into substantial wealth.
Yes, true. Moving on to the next question in this first section, why is understanding MQ so important, especially during, Diwali and the Muhurat trading day?
See, Diwali is considered as a new year in most part of the northern India. A lot of people, they call this as Vikrama Samvatsara.
Okay.
In English, it calls Samvat, but
Okay.
actually it is Samvatsara.
Okay.
In Vikrama, it's a new year, and always you have a new year resolution.
Yeah.
When you get into a new year, so normally what we do, we talk about what things wrong we have done in the last year.
Yes.
What is that something new we can do so that this new year can be wonderful.
Yes.
Not only that Diwali is new year, there is also Lakshmi Puja.
Yes.
On the day of Amavasya, there's a huge celebration and people do pray goddess Lakshmi Devi.
Yes.
Lakshmi Devi is the goddess of wealth,
Yes.
and they offer their gratitude on that day. And since this is that time of the year where you need to, it is the goddess of wealth that is coming into your house. At the same time, everyone wants to get richer than, at least if not to the level of Ambanis and the Adanis, at least I want to be richer, better than what I was last year. So if you have that desire, this is the auspicious time to get started. So
Okay.
if you clean up your money quotient level, if you get to understand about your money quotient and start working towards that and make a beginning, and this is the most auspicious time to make this beginning.
Sir, now let's move on to section 2 of our, Muhurat trading special. The first question I have to ask you is, where can people take this MQ test and how long does it take?
See, money quotient test can be taken on our website rupeerakshak.com. So if you go there and you click on the MQ test tab, so you will be able to actually take the test, and it will not take more than 10 minutes.
Okay.
Only thing is, you need to have that patience, you need to have all the data and the details before getting into this page to take the test.
Right, that's very important. So, what kind of questions are included? Are they technical or simple?
In fact, it can be mind-boggling for people who are not used to the kind of calculation. So it is better to first take the test and then sit with proper data and once again, go through the test.
Makes
First and
sense.
foremost, I must say, this test is free for all.
Okay.
So there is no charge for the test, either for the taking the test or for the result. So because we want to offer this as a service to the entire, Indian community, both in India and outside India, and it is absolutely free. So basically, there are first two questions. It will be related to where you stay. To the
Okay.
place of stay, whether you live in metro or you live in non-metro, and what is your age. So there are age bands from 25 to 35 like that. So you go there and choose which age bracket that you belong to,
Okay.
and then choose the place of stay, whether you stay in metro or non-metro. This is a general section. Then comes the most important 5 questions. The first question is about how much is your income. Average monthly salary for the last 3 months. Suppose if you are getting 60,000, 50,000, 30,000, whatever is your actual salary, post all the deduction, that's what you should enter for the last 3 months.
Okay.
Why do we say average? Because some people in business income or professional, like someone like doctors, they will not have regular income,
Yes.
like lawyers and chartered accountants. There will be irregular income in different months. So you just take last 3 months. So you answer that. For each of the questions, you are going to get marks.
Okay. Okay.
And second question coming to that is, what is that savings that you are doing? What has been your monthly savings on an average for the last 3 months. Everybody does some amount of saving, maybe 1,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees. It could be in a chit fund, or it could be in a RD, bank RD somebody makes, or somebody adds to the PF. They already have some PF in the bank and they will do additional voluntary PF. And some people actually save it in mutual funds. Some people invest in stocks on a monthly basis. Whatever you are doing, what is the savings that you are doing per month? That is the second question. The third question is, what is the growth of your savings? Growth, when I mean to say, is percentage returns. It is something difficult for people to actually calculate. We have also given a calculator link on the same website. So you can go to calculator and calculate last whatever number of months that I have invested and what is my return. Is it 10%? Is it 12%? So you need to enter the value in the percentage terms. The fourth is, so far, if you have spent 10 years, 15 years working, or if you have just started working 3-4 months, so you would have already made investments over a period of time. You would have something in bank FD, you would have something in insurance policies, you would have something in mutual funds. So all this put together, you need to answer in the fourth question, what is the growth that is happening to your financial assets? Again, it is not easy to calculate because over last 10 years, I would have invested in multiple places. Sometimes I invest, I withdraw, I buy a house out of this money, and for some part of the house for that housing loan. So various things I would have done. Now to again calculate this, there is a calculator link, the XIRR calculation. It is pretty simple. If you want to exactly know what is the return that you have got in the last 5-10 years on your all financial assets, you can calculate and then put the value in the percentage terms. That is the 4 questions are over. Then the last question is non-financial assets, especially people who are more than 50, 60. People in the younger age, they are yet to develop or yet to grow their assets. That is fine. But if you are already 50 years or 55 years and you have 1 or 2 sites, 1 or 2 properties, some farmhouse, so you have multiple properties. So if you have those properties, you need to answer this question, what is the rate of return that you are earning on your non-financial assets? So you need to know once again, what is the rate of return? Again, not many people would know. They would know that I bought this property for what, 30,000 rupees. Now it is worth 3 crores. But you should calculate to know what exactly is the rate of return. So if it could be 8%, it could be 10%. Again, there is a calculator to help them to calculate and enter this detail. That's all. These 5 questions if you do, you get a score. They need to register. If they have already registered users on Rupee Rakshak platform, they need not have to once again provide any of the details. Otherwise, they need to register and then they will get the actual scorecard. And that scorecard will have the rating from 1 to 10 and it will say what exactly is their score. It could be 3, 5, 7, whatever.
Very nice. So moving on to the next section, that is section 3 of how to improve your MQ. I have the first question here. Now suppose someone's MQ is 4 or 5 out of 10. How do they fix it?
It's a very, very good question and very important for people to act on it. So you know those 5 questions. So if you have got 4 out of 10, that means you need to check in that 5 questions where you did not score. Let's say somebody at the age of 25 or 30 and their salary in Bangalore is only some 20,000 or 30,000. So it will give 0 marks. There is also an explanation how to get marks in this. So if your salary is above 50,000 or 60,000, then only you will get full marks on the income parameter. So what you need to do, if your income parameter is where you are losing marks, you need to focus on improving your skill, finding a good job and where you can earn more money. It could be any change of industry, or in the same industry can you move to a domain where you can make higher income. And second is on the savings. So if you are not scored on the saving part, you need to start thinking about your expenses. How much more you are spending. You need to cut down the expenses and start saving more so that you can get more marks. Now the third part, suppose if you are not scored on the third question, that your savings is not growing. Unless you actually change your investments and start getting 15%, your score on the third question will not increase. So you need to work on your savings, change the way you save, where you invest, where you are getting very low returns, you start moving into getting higher returns. That is the third question. The fourth is accumulation. Whatever financial assets you already have. You have something in bank FD, mutual fund holding, stock market holding. If it is, that means you have not scored because you have got less than 15% rate of growth in all your accumulated financial assets. Again, you need to restructure this because this is going to make you rich.
Yes.
If your savings don't grow and you have 1 crore, 2 crore or 50 lakhs, 60 lakhs and it grows only 5-6% or 8%, then your net worth will not increase, your asset value will not increase. So it's a conscious effort to rework on this and increase, make changes in your portfolios where it is likely to give you higher returns. The last and the fifth is applicable to people who have a lot of properties.
Yeah.
Those who own multiple properties, for them it is very important to, once again, if they have not scored much on, they own a lot of properties but they are only getting 6%, 7%, 4%, 3% kind of return, then it is very important to restructure. For them to get marks and increase their MQ level, they need to actually work on their property holdings and make changes in such a way that the properties would appreciate more than 12%.
Okay.
So now you understood this is not some theoretical things, this is something that people have to really work on it.
Yes.
And it takes 1-2 years for you to actually move from your MQ level of whatever 3 or 4 to move to the 6 or 7. In real terms, actually that means you are growing also your wealth in real terms.
Okay. So let's move on to the next question. That is, what tools or support does Rupee Rakshak provide to help, grow their MQ?
See, this has been our mission to actually educate people. In fact, Rupee Rakshak is a brand of Finmo Investment Advisory. We are in the industry for last 8 years.
Okay.
Now, we have always been, focusing on high value clients and offering them the services. But we always thought, how do we do value addition to the middle and the lower middle class? And the only best way to do it is through education.
Yeah.
And that's why we came out with this wonderful concept of measuring someone's money intelligence and then helping them in terms of how to improve their money quotient level, which actually should result in improving their wealth. Now, your question is, what are the tools, how to improve this? For this reason, in fact, we have built an in-house platform.
Okay.
Because in money, it's like swimming. If you have to learn money, you have to get into the water. Actually get into the investment and start investing small and learn, and then actually slowly increase your capability to understand different asset class, returns, risk associated, and then start actually investing and learning, and then you become a better person in terms of finance. So tools that we provide is what we have. There is a platform for anybody to come and log in, register and learn. In fact, this platform we call it as multi-asset advisory platform.
Okay.
Multi-asset because it has everything from equity, direct stocks. There are ready-made stock baskets.
Okay.
There are about 40 plus stock baskets. It's large cap, there is mid cap, there is pharma sector, there is IT. So you have 40 plus baskets, and there is a return for every basket from last 1 week to last 1 month, 3 months, 6 months. By just sorting out the returns itself, you can know which is doing better, which is not doing better.
Okay.
Get used to this kind of how different sectors perform. And there is a minimum investment is very small, so they should start putting something and understand how this transaction happens.
Yeah.
In fact, what we have done is to make it very simple for people. For 3 baskets, it just costs 1,000 rupees only for the entire 1 year.
Okay.
So you can choose any basket you want. Same baskets are there in mutual funds also. There are bonds baskets that gives you fixed interest. Someone has an FD. Instead of getting 6.5% in a nationalized bank, you can actually buy a state government bond or a central government bond for a higher interest.
Okay.
So these things people should explore, learn the Rupee Rakshak platform. In fact, it is made exclusively for learning purposes. Where there is a transparency, there is real data, people can understand and explore buying 3 baskets. So 1 or 2 baskets, you just do transactions, you will get to know how safe it is. And then to analyze and then to make changes, we offer free consultation.
Okay.
Just to help people that give them the right kind of advice. So there is a free consultation booking tab on the rupeerakshak.com. Listen from our experts as to what their MQ level is, what changes is required, how they can start small.
Okay. So you heard it, friends. Book your 15-minute free consultation today on Rupee Rakshak to know more about the platform. So let's move on to the last question in this section, which is what kind of changes makes the biggest difference? Saving more, investing better, or managing debt?
So this is actually very specific to every individual. So if someone has low score, like what I explained in the previous question, if their score is low on property assets, like non-financial assets, they need to work on the property assets. If their score is low on financial assets growth, then they need to restructure and they need to work on that. So it depends on the age of the person as well as the amount of the wealth that he has accumulated already, and where there is a problem. Is it about the growth is the issue, and if there is no accumulation, that's where you are talking saving more or investing more.
Yes.
That question will come if the accumulation is not happening. And whatever is already accumulated, if it is not growing, then comes you need to plan to reduce your expenses at least couple of years and control very tightly unnecessary spendings, and then divert that money into savings and work on increasing the returns. So these are all highly specific. That's why we actually advise people to get into a free consultation and understand, and from there onwards it becomes a advisor led kind of a journey. Because in the same family, two brothers would not have same financial condition.
True.
No two individuals would look at the risk in the same way. So it is highly personalized. So I would recommend people to work for their requirements with our experts.